I'm feeling it.
Can you feel the breeze of the Saturday morning?
I'm basking in its glow.
Folks,
Hey.
welcome to another explosive episode of A Crept from the 80's.
This is explosive.
This?
This is. Because you have been talking about doing this for a long time. And you're finally doing it. Who are we? Do we have to introduce?
I'm Chris.
I'm Casey.
Yes, and today you're going to learn about, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite memories of Saturday mornings from the 1980s. And not only that, folks, but long threatened, I'm finally going to show you footage of this fabled Saturday Morning Sleepover event.
Yes.
It should be interesting.
Can't wait to see.
My only hope is that he's actually there.
I'm there!
We'll see. You'll all see if he is or not. Anyway, Saturday mornings, right?
Man.
What a great topic for all you 80s nerds, 80s obsessed nerds.
Good topic. Yeah, good.
So, I just want to talk about Saturday morning in general, the myth of Saturday morning, the legend of Saturday morning. Something that, for the most part, kids of the last, 5-10 years.
If not longer, man.
They haven't. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm sure there's. Saturday morning
have
cartoons.
a kid. Does he have it? Like, does he have that thing on Saturday morning? Waking up, running down the stairs, grabbing cereal.
No.
Sitting in front of the tube.
No.
He doesn't. Did he have it 5 years ago?
No.
Okay, so then
No.
you are the barometer. Or River is.
Yes, but there's also there's households out there that have cable and whatnot. Still.
Yeah, right. So
even though a lot of us do the streaming stuff, and
that's a good point. Maybe cables or streaming services have killed Saturday mornings.
Well, no. I mean, the whole Saturday morning thing went away in the 2000s for sure, but I'm sure there's cartoons on Saturday morning for kids.
Probably.
But this was designated. When we were growing up, folks, when you were growing up, these were designated time slots. It was specifically Saturday morning cartoons. The big three networks and some of the syndicated networks. It was a thing.
Oh yeah.
They made a big deal out of it.
It was an event.
It was always in the TV guides. It was each fall they would promote it with the Saturday morning preview.
Yep.
Where they'd get celebrity teens and kids of the day doing like this weird half-hour thing.
Sizzle.
It was like live action, and then they were talking about the cartoon.
Yeah.
Hey, we're meeting up with the gummy bears. Whoa.
I do love the gummy bear.
And so there'd be that.
Yeah.
To let everyone know that holy crap, look what's coming to your television set Saturday morning.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And it really was like a big deal.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
And I think even when I was like 13, 14, 15 years old, I was still like, Saturday mornings, man.
Yeah.
Even though like once it got into the 90s, some of the stuff wasn't as fun for me. The shows, the cartoons, and really Nickelodeon had more of the stuff that I was watching in that.
Cartoon Network had some stuff too.
Well, that age range, I didn't even have Cartoon Network or any of that stuff.
No?
No, when I was like 15, 16, that stuff wasn't in Wellsville. Cartoon Network. It might have been around Olean, I guess. But I certainly had Nickelodeon, because you got to think, when I was that age, it was like 93, 94. So the Nickelodeon stuff was still huge. It was the live action shows, but also Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
But shows like Doug and Rugrats and
Yeah.
shit like that, which I didn't like.
I watched all that.
Yeah, I
so,
didn't.
Yeah.
But Ren and Stimpy I did, and Salute Your Shorts, and
Yeah.
Pete and Pete, and that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Pete and Pete though was Snick, wasn't it? At night. We'll have to do a whole Snick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that even like if when it was first debuted, I don't know if it was a Snick.
No, I don't. So
because was Snick a thing right in the beginning?
I don't.
I think they made a Snick.
I think you're right.
It was
because
like,
then there was Clarissa and
yeah, they turned it into their like TGIF thing. And it was
I think
Snick.
that was Saturday night. Saturday night Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Snick.
So that was theirs.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about Saturday morning, but now I'm starting to think about Snick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you remember? Like, what's your earliest memory of Saturday mornings?
I just always remember it.
Yeah.
I always remember it being a thing. Like it was, obviously, when I'm 4 or 5, around those ages, I guess 3, 4, because 5.
You're an adult.
That was still pretty. No, I guess that was still pretty. So I was seeing stuff like, obviously Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and shit like that, PBS stuff. But they still played like 70s shit early in the 80s. Like, so I got like the
like Super Friends.
Well, yeah, but that was early. Super Friends and all that stuff. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids and stuff like that. And that was starting in the 70s.
Yeah, I watched that.
And went on. Me too. But it was earlier in the 80s when they would rerun that early stuff. Scooby-Doo and
oh yeah, Scooby-Doo for
Banana Splits and shit like that. Lots of Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Banana Splits had a great theme song. That was a good one.
But I would say
Josie and the Pussycats.
Around probably 84 really is when it was a big thing, and the cooler cartoons were like really hitting, really like being pushed.
Because I'm thinking like Jabberjaw. I'm thinking Wacky Racers.
Well, again, that's all Hanna-Barbera.
Oh man, I loved all that stuff.
Well, yeah, I definitely loved it.
Yeah. But it wasn't, you're right, it wasn't on 247, NBC, CBS, ABC. That's where you got you had to jump around to the different channels to watch what is going to be good, and then sacrifice something that aired at the same time.
And then there was syndication channels, where you'd get other shows that were syndication.
Yeah. Man. I'm remembering... Well, obviously, we talked about it on our Saved by the Bell episode. They were a living cartoon, a live-action cartoon. So that ended up being as part of the programming. I'm just trying to think of what else. I just remember really, like, so... Did you have... you probably have one in here. Like, one of those trays...
Yeah.
Like I had a TV tray.
Yeah.
So, and we always sat in front of the television growing up. Like, the idea of a dining room was only used for, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving, like, the big occasions. Otherwise, my whole family, and I still do it to this day, we eat in front of the television.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All the meals are in front of the television. Unless there's a big group, and then sometimes we'll go to the dining room. But we had those... I remember a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle TV tray, a Dukes of Hazzard TV tray. Okay, yeah.
I got my Return of the Jedi one. But the one that I used the most, I had an Elf, and before that I had E.T.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So you would just get the...
But that was it. So then... And we always were pretty independent kids. Like, I honestly can't remember too many times of, like, my mom getting me, like, cereal. And she was like, you get it. So, get my cereal with my milk and my toast. Because I like to dip my toast in my milk when I was a kid.
Well, see, I didn't do that.
You didn't dip?
Didn't dip.
Oh.
But I did have toast.
I've been dipping since I was a kid.
So you're the dipping kid.
Oh, of course. He's a dipping prince.
So I did get the cereal and I got toast.
And then the TV tray.
Yeah.
And sat down cross-legged, put it on here, and then just whatever.
Into town, man.
All that. Punky.
Yeah. Punky.
She was there.
But yeah, the Punky cartoon.
Actually, yeah.
There was Snorks. There was the Smurfs.
Snorks on
Gummy Bears. There was
USA though. I don't
Snorks.
remember Snorks being on a regular.
No,
channel.
Snorks was on a regular
Was
channel.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Snorks ended up going to when USA did their. Remember, it was like All-Star
Yes.
Train. It was that train.
Yes,
the cartoon.
because I remember Smurfs and Snorks being and
it was all Hanna-Barbera.
my guys, the Shirt Tails.
Yes, it was all Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
It was like a 2-hour block.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was longer than that.
Probably felt like 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah. But it was USA's. I always forget the name, but it was USA's Cartoon something.
Okay,
And we'll have train. It was the
guys. Send us if you know in the comments. Well, no, but seriously, because I want to know. I don't remember exactly what it.
Well,
what it was.
I might.
You may be able to put it in there. Okay.
I guess I'll find it.
Oh man.
Aha. Yes.
Care Bears.
Yeah, the
I
Care
watched.
Bears. Obviously, the real Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, 100%. That was great.
Muppet Babies was big.
See, I don't remember that being on one of the big channels either.
It is, absolutely.
Was it?
Yeah.
See, I thought that was on maybe Nickelodeon or something.
And Real Ghostbusters was both syndication and major network, and so was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, I know.
Which is weird.
I know that one.
You know, He-Man, of course, was all over the place. That was everywhere. They did. I mean, it was specifically made for syndication. But
Police
it was everywhere.
Academy.
Well, the Police Academy.
I remember watching Police Academy. Oh man.
Kid Video.
Back to the Future.
That was in the 90s.
Was it in the 90s?
Yeah.
Wow. When was Bill and Ted's?
90s.
Yeah. 90s.
Early 90s, though. Like
Yeah.
91. That Bill and Ted cartoon came out when Bogus Journey was about to come out.
Okay. But yeah, just that ritual of feeling like you're gonna, I don't know, like either begin your Saturday, like that's where you started it, and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't remember doing anything before that. Like, I'm up, I'm doing that, and that's starting my day.
Yeah, it is.
You're starting your weekend.
It was the start
Yep.
to your day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, that's so crazy. So then, I'm trying to think of what time it started. Do you remember? Like, was it 8 a.m.?
Yeah, it was probably 8.
Yeah. And there was always, like, those pre-cartoons, like, really early before the block started. That you were like, do I really need to watch?
It was like a 4-hour block on each of the networks.
Yep.
And then a couple of the networks, like I remember, would throw on, like, American Gladiators. Later,
that's
in the 80s,
later. Yeah.
But WWF in the mid-80s and Glow mid to late 80s. Yeah, that all was after your cartoons.
Yeah. That was like, okay, it's a rainy day. I'm not going outside to play. I'll watch the Gladiators or something. Not that I didn't watch, because I'd watch on, I think it was on USA as well.
They moved it to
USA.
USA.
So I you know, I don't know why I remember something about USA.
It was big for me too, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's like Up All Night when you said that, and then like all these cartoons I remember on USA.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I remember going to our grandmother's house on weekends to stay over, and that USA cartoon train thing. It was Cartoon Express. That's what it was. USA's Cartoon Express.
Yep.
That's what it was called.
Yep.
And I remember it so vividly. I would watch it over at Grandma and Grandpa's all the time when I would go over there. It was a big deal. USA, there was a lot of shows for kids on USA back in the day. You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, but it's not like Nickelodeon. It's not like specific for kids.
No. Well, as the night went on, you got, Silk Stockings and,
the Big Easy show.
Shows like that.
Yeah.
Acapulco Heat.
Whew. Yeah, it was,
And then Up All Night.
Yeah.
As it got to like 89, 90 and all that stuff. which was
So, these feelings you wanted to capture in Saturday Morning Sleepover, where nobody sleeps.
Well, first, let me, I mean, you know, that ritual, as we said in the beginning, is just long gone. Kids of the last decade just don't know that. Unless, like, they had parents, like me, who were like, hey, Saturday mornings we're going to watch cartoons and eat cereal. You know?
You did that with Rib?
I showed him my stuff that I grew up with.
Oh, I was like,
you know?
Teen?
No. I just mean, like...
No, I get it, yeah. Like Pee-wee.
That's how River knows what he knows.
He would not know Pee-wee Herman if it wasn't for that.
No,
but I do remember watching Pee-wee.
Ghostbusters and Pee-wee and Ernest and any of the, like, Thundercats, He-Man, any of that stuff that I love. Transformers.
Yep.
I would watch
Yep.
with River.
No, I do.
He watched his shows.
Do remember that,
you know, as a toddler. He watched his shows that he liked. The modern stuff. But I definitely made sure, like, he saw the good stuff.
Yeah.
Because of DVD and VHS and whatnot. And unfortunately, River had a lot of food allergies when he was that young. So he couldn't really do the fun cereals, per se.
I did. Flaxseed.
I definitely was like, well, I'm going to sneak in.
Don't worry, he's made up for it.
Oh, yeah. Once he hit like 6 years old, that went away, and he's eaten everything.
Yeah.
But so at least he got that experience. But for the most part, kids now, you know, who are 11, 12, 13, that's something that it wasn't even a thing for them, and that's a sad, you know, it's another notch on the. It's never going to be like this again. You know, like, it's another notch on those were the days. Like,
I know.
That decade was truly special.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
There was Saturday morning cartoons in the 70s and, you know, late 60s.
Yeah.
There was that stuff for
sure.
Those
kids got it.
But man, like, the 80s, I mean, it became a thing in the 80s. They really pushed it along with all the other amazing new things that were happening in pop culture. It just, it sucks. So, like,
let's go back.
I would go back and I would have cereal with myself. You know, I'd be like, this is a good one. Man, you wait until you see what happens. Oh, you know,
you're gonna love to see this. Well, yeah, you missed it.
Well, and the cereals.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the cereals were pretty much just as big as the cartoons, you know?
Well, because almost every cartoon had a cereal, like Mr. T's, whatever they were, Mr. T.O., everything was an O.
C-3POs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I loved Love Me That Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are still around. And you kind of... It's interesting that what is around and what isn't, you know? But then, like, I'll taste something, I'll be like, oh, that's this. So they've just repackaged it as something else.
If it was a IP, you know, like.
But I mean, Mr. Tricks and all that shit, that's still everywhere.
Of course. Around. Yeah. It's timeless. Lucky Charms.
Rice Krispies.
It's timeless. Yeah.
Cocoa Krispies, Fruity Pebbles, all that stuff is still amazingly here.
Yeah.
But there was the random weird shit, like Rocky Road cereal. And ice cream cone cereal.
I do remember that. When they did Oreo. Now Oreos are...
No, I remember what you're talking about.
Yes.
The Oreos cereal.
That was
It was different than what we have now for the Oreo cereal.
Yeah.
Same with the s'mores cereal.
I was actually gonna say s'mores.
The s'mores cereal back in the day. But I will say this. The new s'more cereal, because there's two. There's a s'more cereal from Kellogg, which is not what I'm talking about. There's another s'more cereal, and I want to say it's General Mills, but it might not be. But and you can find it a lot in like Targets and stuff like that.
Target's actually
it's a very
very good resource for
they
cereal.
Have some sweet cereals.
They always have the cereal you want. It's weird, like cereal specifically, or like Pop-Tarts.
Well, they also carry
pumpkin things. Like they get it.
Rice Krispie Treat cereal.
Yes. Oh my god.
Which like general grocery stores don't for some reason anymore.
Yeah, Target's a very good resource, and it's cheaper. I bought like my wife's obsessed with this new Quaker Oats cereal, which actually tastes pretty good. It is $2.50 at Target. It was $3.89 at Wegmans, and I was like, and at Walmart it was $3.49. So okay. Target also does them cheaper for some reason.
Well, so anyway,
sorry.
The s'more cereal that you can get at like a Target is almost identical to what it was in the 80s.
Really?
Yes. And it's delicious. I ate it and I instantly was like, holy shit, this
tastes like this.
Yes.
This tastes like the 80s.
Because there's certain cereals that I can still remember the taste. Mm-hmm. And even though they're like discontinued, you know? And then like when I did try Trix as an adult, I was like, oh, they changed it.
Huh.
But because of outcry, they brought the original recipe back. And I had it recently, and it is Trix.
Why would you even change it?
Well, they did it to Cocoa Puffs.
Really?
Cocoa Puffs, and they still haven't changed it back to the normal recipe.
That kid, Mikey, likes it. Life.
Yeah, Life.
And Kix.
I mean, they're still around.
But I remember Kix being like I want these.
Honeycombs changed there.
Oh, really?
But they're back.
Okay. Those are a big one.
Again, because of outcry, which is awesome.
Well, it's like, why would you do it? You know
exactly.
What I mean? Like, why would you?
Don't change
you just don't
perfection.
Do yeah.
You don't want to change my honeycombs.
You know what I'll say is when we were kids.
Oh, and that's another thing. Your Cookie Crisp, they changed it.
I do know that. I did
sucks.
Yeah, they're not good.
Because I did have it as an adult. And was like, this is not my Cookie Crisp.
I think they did the same thing to Honey Grams.
You mean Golden Grams?
Or those little bears?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
The actual crackers.
Yeah, but they're like sweet.
Teddy Grams.
Teddy Grams. At first they changed them, and then they did change them back.
Because Golden Grams is the same.
Yeah. We were all poor when we were kids, and we would buy.
Definitely, I remember when I was a kid, I had zero money.
Well, yeah, when we were a kid, and we would get some off-brand things.
Things haven't changed.
Like I remember my mom would get like off-brand clothes or whatever,
yeah.
But food items, my sister and I were hardcore that she had to get the name brand stuff. Like we had to get
because it tasted so different.
Well, Weiler's was one where we were like, remember the off-brand Kool-Aid was Weiler's?
Yeah.
And I remember my mom brought these Weiler's packets, and my sister and I were like, fuck. We were like,
throw
no.
It back in her face.
And the same thing with cereals specifically. It was like Trix and then Tronks or whatever they would be called. And we were like, no. Like, I'm sorry, I know we can't afford it, but you're just going to have to get the real stuff. Because it doesn't taste the same. You guys know. The Aldi's brand does not taste the same as General Mills and Post and Kellogg's.
You know what, though? There's a lot of weird cereal at Walmart in those big bags.
Yeah, I know.
And people love that shit. Apparently, it's really good, and you're getting like some wacky flavors that you won't get normally. I guess like actual like cereal critics.
Well, then
will get that shit and be like, wow, like
for the Saturday Morning Sleepover, you should get it because it's so cheap. To get like a 12-pound bag or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That would be the time, because even now the Dollar Tree has been bringing in stuff from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The just random one-off things that you're like Dunkaroos you could get at the Dollar Tree. Where I was like, Dunkaroos?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because right now, as far as I know, Dunkaroos you can only get in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. So unless those Dollar Tree places like imported, or because they're Dollar Tree they get them.
They could get them. Well, that's a double check our Dollar Trees.
Yeah, because like on Amazon, you have to import your Dunkaroos from Canada.
Well, I'm going up to Canada in a couple of weeks. I'll buy some Dunkaroos.
Look for some Dunkaroos.
We'll eat them on the show. We'll do a live unboxing.
Again, that was like more early 90s, but still.
Yeah.
Still, childhood food.
But I think about it during that. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
So as an adult, and as somebody who never has wanted to let go of the childhood,
Real Peter Pan over here.
keep it in the 80s.
Yeah.
I started that Saturday morning sleepover.
Yes.
Now, nobody sleeps over. It just has a nice ring to it.
It does.
And it's also because the Saturday morning sleepover event can alternate from TV and cartoon marathon or movies. And for the movies, you had sleepovers. You had Friday night or Saturday night sleepovers.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
I just mixed the two Saturday morning sleepover.
It's fine.
It just rolls off the tunge.
That is trademark, just so you guys know. Don't try stealing it.
So it's now over 2 years that we've been doing the Saturday morning sleepover. And really it was just my desire to recreate that feeling.
Yeah.
So I will edit together
12,
cartoons.
12 hours?
8 to 12 hours. 8 to 12 hours of cartoons, television shows, commercials, music videos, and weird shit from the 80s and early 90s as a marathon. And the requirement is you show up in pajamas. One to be in that, to give you that mindset, that feeling.
Yeah.
But two, to stay comfy. You just want to be comfy for that long. You're going to be there for that long, you want to stay comfy. So, you got the pajamas. We provide cereals, but also snacks and treats that you would have eaten when you were a kid.
Yep.
And then there's usually like a dinner, which is, for the most part, pizza or something like that.
Your drinks are from that time, for the most part.
Yeah, it's sodas, juices.
Yeah, like you had when Ecto
Capri
Cooler
Sun
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But you've made Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, well, Ecto Cooler, I've told people, folks, Ecto Cooler is still around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just under Juicy Juice.
Yep.
Juicy Juice, orange tangerine. And you can get that, and it is Ecto Cooler. The cool thing about it is that it isn't as sweet as the High C. So you're, as an adult, you're laying off the diabetes a little bit.
It's a healthy alternative.
It 100% absolutely is the same flavor as Ecto Cooler. So it's still there. But, yes, so there's sodas. And for me, personally, a lot of my soda drinking back then was like,
RC Cola.
Cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Regular old Pepsi.
No.
Things like that.
Never.
So that's the sodas I'll get.
Yeah.
And then we have seltzer, which is great if you want the water. But then juices and, juice boxes and Capri Sun and whatnot. But there's like fruit roll-ups, there's Doritos, there's Oreos, there's
Gushers.
Little Debbie. Yeah, we'll get Gushers.
The candy, like Runs and
any of that stuff.
Nerds. Sweet tarts.
Chips Ahoy, that type of shit. Twinkies.
It is a day of diabetes.
Yes.
You're not moving and you're eating a bunch of carbs.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a lot of sugar highs
and sometimes
and sugar lows.
Sometimes you're eating 5 bowls of cereal. in betwixt eating a Twinkie.
Yeah. Or dipping.
Cheetos.
I would dip a Twinkie in my cereal.
Totally, man. So normally, by the end of, hour 6, you're feeling like you got hit by a truck. Because you got to be a real warrior to handle it. And I think you've only done like 2 of them.
I've done more than 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been movies that you've seen, but I don't know if you've... Maybe 3, because, like, of a birthday. My birthday, so you'd have to sit there. You know?
I've been doing movie marathons with you since I was born.
Marathons? But I'm talking about these Saturday morning sleepovers.
Yeah.
I get it, because, like... Certainly early on, there was a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
And the cartoons brought people down.
It depends on the cartoon. Like, Dungeons and Dragons, awesome. That's a high level
Which I do leave
thing.
on.
Huh?
I do leave on it.
Kid video, high.
Well, now I only do the intro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you're like, fuck it.
Because people are just like, I watch.
Yeah.
More than anything, I watch other people.
When you did that Elf, bomb.
The cartoon?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, see, I took the cartoon
Murder. Elf the
anyway,
show?
So what I'll do is, I'll invite like-minded people, and I try to fit as many people in the room as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And at one time, we can fit about 15 people in there. But for the most part, it can average...
It's like 8.
It can average 8 to 11 people.
Yeah.
At any given time for a Saturday morning sleepover.
Which is pretty huge. I think that's a lot of people doing
for down there, for the basement.
Well, just in general, like if you say, "Hey, I'm having a Saturday morning sleepover at a house," like most people are not going to do that.
Yeah, and and I always think that like people are just going to give up, but they don't. They still come. So they're finding some joy out of it. And the one person who is an actual, she must be an Amazonian. But her name is Carrie. You folks will know from the channel.
Yep.
Carrie is the one person who has been here more than anybody else.
100%.
And sat through the whole thing.
Yeah.
She is a trooper. She is a warrior. I think she's done probably 10 of them. More than anybody else, other than me.
How many have you had?
I gotta look through it all, but...
You've probably had 10.
I'm saying, if I add, like, the movie nights and everything...
If you count that stuff, then yes, I have not been to as many. But Saturday morning sleepover, I've been to.
Yes. I'm telling you, you have not been to that many. I have pictures to prove it, as the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones would say. Anyway...
It's a good time.
Well, you have a different perspective. So, what do you think of these Saturday morning sleepovers? Because you aren't as much of a warrior as some people. Your threshold is very low. It
honestly is tied to my wife because she cannot do that. She can't do it if it's watching something she absolutely loves. Like if we watch a new Marvel show, even if we're on a roll, she's gonna conk out and at least take an hour or 2 nap in between that time. So for me, you know me. You've been around me my whole life. I can sit through movies all goddamn day and not think twice about it because we've done it. We did it on my birthday. I wasn't like, ooh, gotta go. No, we watched like 4 or 5 movies that day. It doesn't faze me. I can do it. But what happens is in my head, I'm like, she's gonna just start asking, what are you doing? Are you watching these all day? Really? And I'm just like, ugh, alright.
But she
knows. I know.
Every single time she knows.
That's it. I just feel like, I'm like, okay, so this Saturday...
Well, I understand you got to leave at a certain time.
Yeah. So like this Saturday specifically, I'll be here. 2 things. I want to be here early because I want to be here early because I got to go, but also I'd like to get a good seat. I hate coming in. If I have to get on the floor, that's an automatic Casey does not want to stay for a long time. That's one thing where I'm like, ugh. If it's a show, like if it's a series of shitty shows, that's also one where I'm just like, you gotta have the... I'm not expecting you to be up here the whole time, but you have to at least do it like this.
I try to do a variety.
I know. but they have to be good because
what's interesting though is that I'll put out stuff that says, guys, what do you like and what don't you like?
Yeah.
So that when I'm programming this, I'm not putting in stuff that everybody hates.
Right.
But I guess it's tough because everybody is different.
Well, everybody collectively doesn't like the Elf cartoon show.
Well, that's not true because I kind of like the Elf cartoon
show. Okay,
so
you.
But I don't do it. Just based on me, I don't do it.
Yeah.
What I do now, since we've been doing it for a couple years now, is that I base it on people's
customer
interaction. Yes, interaction with the show.
Yeah.
If there's good talking through it, like if we're ribbing it or if there's laughing, then I'm like, okay, this seems to work. So that's why you're always going to get different strokes. You're always going to get, facts of life or growing pains, something like that.
Like when you did the Halloween one, it was a Halloween theme, and all the episodes are Halloween themed.
Yeah.
Stayed there I could stay there the whole day.
But you didn't.
I stayed there for a lot of it. That's the other thing. You have no perception of time, so
but I do.
Even if I'm there for a while, you're like, you were there for half an hour.
No. But I don't think 2 hours is reasonable,
A Halloween
The other worse person than you is Nicole.
No, she is 45 minutes to an hour.
Sometimes.
She's way worse than I am.
But she's been to every single Saturday Morning Sleepover.
And I will give her props for that.
And she Spanky.
Yeah.
She's like, Henry, I don't want to listen to this bullshit anymore.
The other thing is, for me and you, I see you all the goddamn time. So I don't
but
feel
it's
like...
not about that.
But I don't feel like I'm like... Well, that's how I equate it. I'm like, well, it's not like I'm not going to see him tomorrow or a couple days later. So I don't think about the Saturday Morning Sleepover as like, I'm bonding with Chris. This is us bonding.
But see, I do.
Well, this is us bonding.
See, I see it as this is a cool thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want the people that I like
Bond
to
all those people.
But I want you there.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always a big deal for me.
All right.
And sometimes I specifically put shit on there that I know you will be like, ooh,
I like that shit.
And you don't show up.
Well,
I'm like bummed.
I'll make more of an effort to show up. Just, they are fun. And in the comments, even though he won't do this, but even in the comments, I would like to take it on the road because I have said that. And I think it would go very well.
See, I don't know about taking it on the road, but I would love to take it to a shop or a little local theater or something like that.
That's fine, but if we took it to... If we went... Think about this. Think about what Mark Riley did with doing Star Wars in 30 minutes or whatever. If we took it on the road to different cons and said, for 4 hours, your people are going to feel like it's Saturday morning. Encourage them to do this. Even if it's ticketed or not, it's part of their package. I guarantee you people will be in that room. At least 11 for those 4 hours. And go, wow, that was just... You would do it. I would do it. If we would have went to Retrofest and they had that going on, every one of those people would have done it.
Yeah.
If for Saturday morning for that con, if that's what you got, oh my God.
Well, maybe we will do it.
At least for one show, even if it's local, if we just said... Or, you wanted to do it at...
Pop Rock.
Well, Pop Rock, but at Ben's thing.
Well, I would love to do that.
Saturday Night Rewind. Yeah. If, the first part of the day was we're watching these Saturday morning things for... Even if it's 4 hours, I think it would go well. Mm-hmm. Would you want to see a Saturday morning sleepover in your hometown? Faithful YouTubers.
Yeah.
I think they would.
I'm also thinking about having a fan Saturday morning sleepover. Where certain fans
are blown on us.
Wind is blowing. And I have them come experience it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like a couple choice magical fans.
Yeah.
That
not you. Whoever's writing right now. No, I'm sorry, you're not allowed.
Just for them to experience.
Yeah, because you get it all the time. I would love this.
Yeah.
I would. Oh my god, that's so cool. So yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Tom Strickland, we'll see you next time you come. Tom Strickland would literally die if he came to one. He would love it.
I've actually sent him the discs of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he
would lose his mind.
He loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He showed it to his kids. He was just like,
Yeah.
This is great. You know.
If I have kids, I'm gonna have you rip them, and that's what we'll do Saturday mornings.
Yeah. So, well, great. So why don't we show them?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Why don't we show them some footage?
Okay.
Of Saturday Morning Sleepover right now, so they can get a little taste. Obviously, a lot of stuff is copywritten, so we can't show you full on things full on shots and clips and shows. We can do little bits here and there, montage of stuff. Maybe show you some of the old guard who show up. Get some thoughts from them, and you can see how magical it is every few months out of the year.
As promised, I am the first one.
He is.
See? Yay! Saturday morning sleepover!
Yes, as promised, folks, we are here. We are going to show you Saturday Morning Sleepover. This is the beginning of the day. Saturday Morning Sleepover. Things are getting hot. Things are getting heavy. Things are getting wet and wild. The room is prepped. The nostalgia is getting thick. Huh?
Uh-huh.
You know.
Oh my gosh!
Hey! Some new peeps here! Introduce yourselves!
My name is Zach.
I'm Willow. Hi.
Hello! You're here to experience the Saturday Morning Sleepover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ready.
What are you thinking now before it all starts?
I'm thinking, wow, I'm full of excitement and I'm ready for this to happen.
I'm pretty pumped by all of the surroundings.
Okay. Getting you in the mood?
Yeah.
Getting you in the mood?
Absorbing.
All right. Look at all this. Diabetes.
Now there's a hot idea. Come on. And then, when to grow on. Over here, I'm a boglin. Me and my buddies need a place to hide out. Come a little closer.
I don't remember if it's specifically Nickelodeon or if it's Snick.
Who played a great part on a show called Growing Pains.
Brad! Bradster's here!
He's in typical pajamas.
Teacher's gotta clean up my mess.
Truly outrageous. Is this an episode or?
You did it! Yeah, hey, let's make this the nightmare.
Yeah, broccoli! Broccoli in my stomach! I remember having broccoli when I was 12. That was good!
Is that the Denver skyline?
Saturday Morning Sleepover.
Man, that was a good one.
It was.
I hope so.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm wearing the same clothes after that event. It was wild.
Tis a shame because you'll be gone by the time that we do the 80's Seen It board game that was a part of Saturday Morning Sleepover. We're doing that after the 8.5 hour.
That's the mark, the
Yeah.
80's Seen It, where you destroy everybody and maybe Carrie gets like one answer right. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I put it out there and people seem to want it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
There is definitely going to be some people there who
We'll have zero idea.
about a lot of it.
Yes.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I gave them the option.
Hey.
I said, made for TV movie that we play at the end of the night,
Yeah.
or do 80's Seen It board game.
Yeah.
And people picked 80's Seen It board game.
All right.
So. But yeah, folks, there you go. This was our quick jaunt down Saturday Morning Lane.
Was it a quick jaunt? I think we've been talking an hour.
I don't think so.
But you have something, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, don't
folks.
forget.
This is now the second time, maybe third time, that I've done this on a show.
I've been with you. At least one
that
of the
other time, yeah. Which is airing after this episode.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes. So I got sent a care package.
And it says fragile, so don't cut me.
Oh, yes, you're right. Care package from a one Sean Friels.
Do you know?
I believe this is Celestial.
Oh!
Celestial Fizzy.
I guess I just assumed that was a girl.
Oh, no, it's... Did
Are
hear
you
that,
a girl?
Sean? No.
Oh, okay. Sean could be either name.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So this is from Sean.
Yeah.
A little care package, and I have zero idea what is in here.
I'm just waiting for like a puff of
It's anthrax.
Yeah.
So let's see. I would assume it's going to be stuff.
It's from the 80s.
Okay.
He sent it when he was 4 years old.
This is kind of cool. I already see something.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's a lot of cool shit in here.
Let's go!
So,
I can't see what you're
this
seeing.
is. I don't know what this is. Oh, this
looks like a cup.
Ooh. So this is a 1977 Coca-Cola Company Star Wars.
What?
Cup. It says,
my God.
in the final chase, a fleet of rebel fighters is dispatched, seeking to destroy the only weak spot and ever-tightening grip of the Galactic Empire. The X-Wing fighters, with the Imperial fighters in rapid pursuit, speed toward the Death Star in a life-or-death struggle. Limited collector's edition from the Coca-Cola Company. Number 2 of 8.
What?
Huh, Sean.
Well,
amazing.
This is amazing. I like how they say Imperial fighters. Like, they probably didn't know they were called TIE
Fighters at that point?
Yeah.
1977. When I was born! This cup is as old as me.
I think you were born in that cup.
I was. So, look at this.
Well, that's crazy.
Look at this.
Sean. Oh, no.
Yeah. The first season of Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That is awesome.
Tom Hanks.
I definitely watched Bosom Buddies. Tom Hanks, Peter Scolari. Come on now.
Sean, you outdone yourself.
That is so
that's
cool.
really cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
So cool. Thank you. Oh, and it just keeps going. Oh no.
Why do they think these guys are girls?
Look. The Nintendo game, from Mammoth Video. From 1985 of Knight Rider.
That's really neat.
That's cool.
Fire it up.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll
blow on
put it in. We'll see. Okay, what else is in this?
Huh. You drive the car from the hit TV series.
Oh, look at this.
Those colorful? Or they're just little... Oh, those puff
stickers.
Yeah.
These aren't vintage, but still. Some sweet puff stickers from Return of the Jedi. My favorite Star Wars film.
That's really rad. You gotta put them on your Trapper Keeper. Planet up. There's a salacious grub in here.
Okay, so there's a couple other things here.
Huh.
What the heck?
That's cool.
So we got here. Oh,
Garbage Pail Kid.
well, this looks like a toy sheet from
Oh.
Centurions.
Huh. Wait, so what's this garbage pail?
Yeah, it's just he put garbage pail stickers on the poster.
So this is clearly his.
This is from back. Oh
when
yeah,
he was like a kid.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this is the Centurions poster from Kenner. That you know, back in the day, they showed you all the figures that you could get.
That's so cool.
That is going up on the wall
You'll see it in the next episode, Sean.
with some tight garbage pail
Ooh,
kid
man.
stickers. And I had every single one of these Centurions.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Because the line was very short. It wasn't.
Like, is this the line?
There was like one more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Huh.
it. And then they just made the accessories that you could always plop on them. So I'm not far from getting back all of my Centurions. I've got 2 so far.
Sean!
Awesome, Sean!
Shipping your youth.
And there's
What is this?
Sledgehammer. You remember the television show Sledgehammer?
I don't think so, man.
I do, and I had no idea that they made a Sledgehammer
This is issue number 1.
comic book based on the television show Sledgehammer. It was a comedy show. It was very absurd. It was kind of like Police Squad and Naked
Okay.
Gun and the Zucker Brothers stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It had sight
So it's
gags and weird
goofy.
shit like that. Yeah.
Was there monsters as the
No.
cover depicts?
No, there was no.
Okay. Huh.
This is ridiculous.
Well, you gotta read it.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
The number one episode, and it's Creep House. There's Halloween stuff in it. Are you kidding me?
This is worth this
And a
entire-
random Fantastic Four as well. Sean, this was fantastic.
Yeah. Sean!
Thank you so much.
That's cool, man.
You will see a bunch of these items on the show.
Future episodes.
in future episodes.
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is going right in there. This
Yeah,
is-
well, that's
or it'll
a
go downstairs.
collector's thing.
and
Yeah,
whatnot, but
for sure.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Sean. That was very kind of you.
Fans, you guys are fantastic.
Indeed.
You know, we say it all the time. Obviously, this is a physical gift, but like, interact. You know?
Yeah, that is the
That's
gift
what we want.
that keeps on giving.
Yeah. You know, write to it. We write every single comment. We read every single one of
We
them.
try to, yes.
I think we do a pretty good job between us. But yeah, you know, it's like that's the reason why this whole network exists, is because connecting with the fans in your different fandoms: 80s, horror, pop culture, Star Wars.
Yeah, we gotta get on that.
Yeah, we got some more Star. If you guys checked out the first 2 of Scruffy Looking Scoundrels, watch them. If you haven't, watch them. If you have, watch it again.
Yeah.
Really absorb it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Saturday morning cartoons, man.
Saturday morning cartoons, Saturday morning sleepover, Saturday morning the myth, the legend of Saturday morning.
Yeah. So share us your cereals,
Guys,
your
we
cartoons.
had it. I say it all the time. We had it so good.
Oh, yeah.
We had it so good. Cherish it.
Because that's not coming
That's
back.
what this show is all about. That's what Crept from the 80's is all about. Helping you bring that child back out of you. Talk with us.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I want
Let
to
us
know. I want to know what you guys ate.
What was your ritual?
What was your TV tray? What did you eat on? But yeah, you know, it's great talking about that kind of stuff with people, because you know you can see their eyes light up and their little inner child comes in and peeks his head out or her head out.
We were the Pepsi generation.
Yeah, this is
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Adidas, man.
For sure. We were the Rhythm Nation.
We were the Rhythm Nation. That's right. We were smooth criminals. Good times. Well, thanks for joining this episode of A Crept from the 80's. And we'll see you for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we go grab ourselves some
cereal?
Some cereal.
Okay.
Get that almond milk going. You know?
That's what happens now when you're an old person.
And let's watch some Heathcliff or Dennis the Menace or
Bosom Buddies!
How about some Bosom Buddies? Let's do it, pal.
Okay.
Yeah.